All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Note. Excuse me. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for joining me this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo there. Click on that, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel, like our videos. Please like the videos. It really helps the algorithm with YouTube. So again, if you love these videos, also feel free to share with anyone who may enjoy these kind of morning notes and then the aftermarket recap. Again, to help the channel grow. Really do appreciate it. All right, guys, let's talk about it. Good morning. Dow futures are pretty flat. NASDAQ futures down 51 points. S&P futures are flat as well. Russell 2000 futures are green, 0.08%. Yields are down today, 1.654. The dollar index is down a quarter point. That should help a little bit of tech from yesterday's NASDAQ fall, 96.03. The VIX is up 0.59% at 1701. Crude oil is right now at 78.05 a barrel, 1.34% to the upside. Gold futures are up as well, 1826. We've talked about that 1800 level. It looks like it's nice and solidly above now. So we got to take a look next at what's gold's next move. Silver is up 0.62% at 2320. Euro dollar up 35 pips, 113.22. Dollar yen down 31 pips, 115.79. Ethereum futures slightly red, 38.19. Bitcoin futures are slightly green, 46.42, and gasoline futures at 2.29 a gallon, up 0.89%. Let's go bring up gold real quick because I kept talking about that 1800 level. Let's go and bring up the daily. Here's the level you're looking for, guys, 1833. So let's go and place an alert at 1834. If that does break, then we need to take a look here at GLD, which is tradable in terms of options. So let's go ahead and take a look here. And with this, I can start taking a look at a couple things. Let me go ahead and expand this out, take away these Fibonacci levels, and then we could start from scratch on the daily fibs. So we'll go to do the quick daily Fibonacci retracement so we can start taking a look at it. Let me see if I can go to drawing tools, go to percentage sign here. That's your Fibonacci retracement levels. We'll start from the top, 183.21. We're going to go all the way down to the lows at 157.13. And you could see right now that 170.17 level. So let's go and place an alert at 171. 171 breaks. I'll take a look at the 173 to 174 calls for gold. That's GLD. But again, when it comes to gold, the way I like to trade it is to buy a little more time. Try not to do same week expiries like I do for other equities, just for the fact that gold tends to move slow. So GLD is definitely on the radar today. 171.01 is your level that you're looking for on GLD. Quick housekeeping note before I go over today's headlines and some pre-market stuff. The top 10 stocks of 2021, the recap will be done this weekend on YouTube. The link will be sent out on their stories. It'll be posted here on YouTube as well. Second thing, Micron. 2022, I was looking at the Micron screen. 2022's top 10 stocks, we released that list. The podcast and the video is coming up this weekend as well. It'll be a simulcast podcast. I'll do it both. I have my headphones on with the podcast up and running. So there you go. Investment Club, I spoke to them this morning and I told them yesterday I have a video with them kind of going over 2022, kind of previewing what we're looking for as investors, not traders, as investors. And I'm also going through the path. I'm actually looking into buying my first rental property. So I'm walking with Investment Club through the whole way. I'm actually a homeowner now, and I absolutely hate real estate just for the pain in the ass part of getting everything done. But again, I have a really good real estate agent. I have a great mortgage broker, so we're doing it step by step. I have my two partners that are part of my team. We're buying a property together. Again, makes life easier in terms of your first rental investment property. So with Investment Club, what I'm doing is telling them step by step all the process I'm doing. And I'll actually be seeing the first property later today. So I'm pretty excited about that. So Investment Club is actually getting that behind the scenes look on how I've been kind of working that real estate investment kind of deal. Let's see how it works. I kind of broke down what the percentage I did for down payment, the properties in terms of the price, and what was like the first steps in terms of like pre-approval and all that good stuff. So it's very fun, but again, I'll give them the step-by-step guide. We'll talk about that in the video as well. Okay, so a couple of headlines that came out today that stood out to me. Lawmakers begin early talks about another round of corona relief targeting businesses. So it looks like stimmy may be coming back. Here's the headline. Democrats and Republicans have discussed setting aside billions to help restaurants, gyms, performance venues through GOP concerns about spending could scuttle the effort. So again, we have to see exactly how that goes if we get more stimulus. If there's stimulus for business, what does that mean? It could mean more stimulus for taxpayers. Again, if Omicron gets worse, infection rates go higher. So again, this is where it throws a wrench into a lot of things. You know, I know we already kind of had the expectation of higher interest rates, the Fed raising rates, the tapering is already being done. But again, if infection rates go higher, this is where you start seeing the names have been beaten down, the COVID names, the Pelotons of the world, the Zooms of the world, the Rokus of the world, the Netflixes of the world, the ones that stay-at-home economy, those names are going to do better if we start getting to teetering level of lockdowns. Now, I don't think we're going to get to that level of lockdowns again, but again, more stimulus, more COVID concerns. I don't think that hurts the stock market. In turn, it just creates a rotation into these COVID winners that have been beaten down so much. So again, it's just something to look at. Take a look at those high beta names. Maybe there's some opportunities there, not as of yet. But again, as we start getting more and more concerns of coronavirus, again, we need to take a look at CPI this month. We need to take a look at PPI this month. If inflation runs even more hot, then the Fed will start really locking in terms of raising rates. But the real big wild card is coronavirus infections and deaths. If infection and deaths go higher, I think the Fed takes a back seat a little bit. They may just wait it out in terms of raising rates, kind of like don't ruin anything. But again, if inflation runs hot, again, like CPI does, the CPI and PPI, then things are getting really interesting and you start getting a little bit of a tug of war between the policy hawks, deficit hawks, and those who want to keep the actual monetary policy as easy as it can. So there you go. We also had an ADP employment change today. These are private payrolls through ADP. Their private job growth for the month in December, 807,000 jobs were added. That's private payrolls, doubling the expectations. So the job market is strong, definitely very strong. Again, there's jobs for everyone who wants them. So again, that's a really, really good sign. You can see the Dow being up. Really, the only thing being down today is the NASDAQ. We'll take a look at that chart here in a second. Palantir Technology shares up 1.4% pre-market after company and Hyundai Heavy Industries plan to form JV for big data solutions. I'm a big fan of Palantir. As you know, I've been owning that for a while now. But again, it's been kind of ranging for the most part. Let's take a look at some pre-market movers this morning. We'll take a look at some charts and answer some questions. Anything that I see pre-market, not in the high volume side. Apple's down 0.31%, Intel's up 1%, Chevron's up 0.80%, Salesforce down 0.5%, Salesforce down 3.5%, Microsoft down 0.5%, Boeing up 1%, Verizon up 0.37%, Disney up 0.28% on the Dow. On the S&P, Ford had a great day yesterday. It's down 0.72. Pfizer was price upgraded today, up 2.22%. AT&T up 1.21%. Nvidia sliding down 1.27% this morning, and AMD down 1%. Remember, AMD and Nvidia unveiled their new product line. And JD.com down about 1.20%. Lucid down 1.8%. PDD down 1% this morning. Let's take a look at the heat map pre-market. Let's see, again, looks like just the tech has taken a hit. Microsoft down, Nvidia's down, Adobe was downgraded today, Salesforce.com down with Adobe. Again, so the softwares are taking a hit. Facebook, now Meta down 1.13%, Tesla down 0.48%, Apple down 0.28%. But what's leading the way? Banks are doing well. Again, even rates are down. Healthcare, energy is up. And we've seen some of the telecoms, AT&T and Verizon being up. So again, we'll see how the market opens this morning and see where we go from there in terms of the market. Let's take a look here at, see if anything in crypto made a difference. So my crypto portfolio, again, kind of same old deal, down 0.63% in the last 24 hours, down about $1,000. So nothing has really changed there. Again, haven't sold anything, haven't done anything. I'll let you guys know when I do, but nothing has really changed for me. So there we go. Looking at Tesla here, look here, the 50-day moving average. There was a lot of unusual options activity on the 1,200 calls for this week. I think it was right around 140,000 in volume. You can see that 50-day moving average on the hourly. Let's see if that holds. QQQ did slice below moving averages, but looking at the daily, you can see here, not in the NASDAQ. Let's go ahead and switch up to NQ, which is futures. It's holding up that 50-day moving average. It did break it last week and before the holidays, and it bounced back. So again, that 50-day moving average is your first support. Your next support is right around 15,671, which is the 100-day. That is a good level to buy the dip if you're looking for trading futures. That seems to be that kind of that guide for us, that 100-day moving average. So again, we may have a little more down, probably another 500 points at the worst. So again, may not be the best idea to go long here as of yet unless we do clear the 50-day and break above it. But again, you can see the NASDAQ taking a little bit of a hit today, down about 0.5%. But yet the equal weight S&P hit all-time highs yesterday, like I talked about in the afternoon recap. But again, NASDAQ, the mega caps, they're the ones that are kind of pulling back the S&P. If not, the S&P would have been green today for the most part. All right, good morning. Happy New Year. Thank you, Costas. Good morning. Thoughts on NVIX and football chart? All right, let's go ahead and expand. Football. Looking at football, I have a break below $15 to buy some more. Again, you're talking about right near support. So again, if you're looking for some stock shopping, that's an idea. Again, if you want to own football, I already own it. NVIX here, again, same old deal, kind of like right near support, right around 122. So I wouldn't touch anything here. If you're looking for puts on Novaks, there could be something there, but you have to take a look at the volume. Let's take a look at Apple. Looking at Apple here, again, the high that when you break is 183.38. Looking at the hourly here, you could see it's just pretty much hugging the 50 and the 100-day cross for the most part. Could bounce, or it could tap 176.62, which is your 200. More than likely, you'll probably just tap 178 and just hold on there. Not much movement in Apple. Breakout level for XPEV. Let's take a look at it. Your breakout level, if we break on the daily on XPV, is really 55. That's the level you're looking for first. We need to get there. We're down pre-market on XPEV. Thoughts on Shop, down 10%. Looking to go long-term on Shopify. Shopify is a good company. Obviously, I like Amazon just a little more. But again, you do have, obviously, right here is the retest of that breakout, of that break. 1,200 is a good level to buy if you're looking to buy some, if not around 1,150. So Shopify is a good company. Obviously, what we talked about, the high beta names, the ones that are high growth with valuations and interest rates going higher, they make them a little more expensive, makes it more expensive for them to borrow. This is why Shopify and a lot of growth names were taking a hit. So again, it could be opportunity for those who are looking a little more long-term for names that they want, Shopify being a good nominee. You said Roku, Zoom, and what are stocks for lockdowns? Roku, Zoom, Peloton, Netflix, those are the names that are going to do well. And remember, all you got to do is go to 2020, type in 2020 S&P 500 best performers, and you can see exactly what did well. It was really the stay-at-home economy. Any advantages of trading GLD options or gold options? I mean, if you're talking about gold, G-O-L-D, that's a gold miner. So if you're talking about GLD, that's the ETF for gold. So again, if you don't have futures, then GLD is a good one to start with. Again, you need to see the volume. Sometimes it doesn't have a lot of volume. That's the only thing that's kind of frustrating. Thoughts on Tesla and Amazon split within the next few months? I wish I knew. That'd be great. I mean, I've been waiting for Amazon to do a stock split for a while now, and nothing yet. Over here in Europe, everyone and their mamas got COVID, spraying like wildfire, not harmful, just normal flu over here. Well, again, I can't speak for anyone else. Luckily, so a little story about COVID in a sense. Me and my wife got married in 2020, December, during COVID lockdowns and everything. Well, lockdowns were kind of easing, I guess, in a sense. We had a very small ceremony. I did not catch anything. My wife did not catch anything. My stepson didn't catch anything. Some of my buddies, I believe, got it. I'm not sure. I am vaccinated. I don't have a booster. Me and my wife are vaccinated. No booster. I believe we have the Moderna shot, the 2 doses. But I have not gotten COVID yet. I have not gotten sick at all. The worst I got was a little bit of a sore throat. I believe it was last year, obviously. I think it was right around October or September. But it was nothing to do with COVID. I did speak to a telehealth doctor. Again, it could have been a lot of things, but it wasn't COVID. I wasn't bedridden in the sense where, I was sick. Like, oh my God. I just had really, really just sore throat for the most part, and I just wanted to rest it out. But again, I'm different from everybody. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a virologist. I can't tell you guys that, it's nothing. Obviously, it's something. If you have millions of people dying around the world, I don't want to downplay that. But yet, I don't want to, scare everyone either, say this is the end of the world either, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I really don't know exactly in terms of the virus, guys. I'm just, an investor and talk about the market. I can't give you an educated opinion on COVID. What I do in terms of me, if you're looking to me and asking my opinion, again, I follow basically the protocol. I do wear a mask around when I can. Obviously, if I'm outside, I don't. But if I go to the grocery store, I wear a mask. It's not the sense of is it an inconvenience? Sure. But for the most part, I think it's just for me a sign of respect to. I live in a community, not a community, but in a city that has an older population. To me, it's just more of a respect to them. It takes 2 seconds to wear it. It's a minor inconvenience to me, but I don't mind. But luckily, knock on wood, I have not gotten infected. My family has not gotten infected. So again, knock on wood. I just hope everyone recovers, gets better, and we can move on from this. But again, what everyone wants to do is what everyone wants to do. That's up to them if they want to get vaccinated or not. Since I was a child, I've had all my vaccinations since I was a kid. We had vaccination cards when I went to public school. So this is nothing new to me. But again, everyone has their own opinion. I'm not here to sway your opinion in terms of the coronavirus. You believe whichever you want. But again, I don't know exactly, is it just the flu or is it something a lot worse? I really just go by the flow in terms of doing my reading, seeing exactly what's going on. What really matters to me in COVID for the most part is really how can we, I hate to say it, sound like an asshole, but how can we profit from it in a sense? It sounds horrific. That's capitalism. What can we do to profit from it? Instead of just complaining on Instagram or Facebook or on social media or getting upset about it, I try to find something out that we can do in a positive sense. I mean, we are where we are here, guys, right? So again, what can we do together in order to profit from it? 2020 was a great year in terms of taking advantage of things. Obviously you had stimmies and everything like that, but again, we found a lot of opportunities in 2020. 2021, things were getting a little better. I talked about how the stock market was going to go higher, how I believed the stock market was going to go higher. I don't believe anything different. I still believe that even with all this stuff going on, the stock market's going to go higher, and we definitely have another leg in this growth of this bull market. Let's see. Good morning, Carlos. Levels to watch for SPY calls. We'll take a look at it. 480 is really that resistance there. 480 is the level you're looking for. Levels to add for CRM. CRM is a great software company. They're a very well run company. Obviously, software enterprise is taking a hit. You can see 283.13 is your upside gap on the daily. More than likely, you're probably going to tap 240. That'd be a really good buy level for CRM. Thoughts on MU? I do have MU calls. Again, you could see 97.01. That's the breakout level we need. But right now, it's still just hovering, just holding on. The good sign is that this one had already a big move last week, but it's still holding above. We should break 97 relatively soon. Obviously, the NASDAQ taking a little bit of a backseat. AMD and NVIDIA obviously revealing their new products. The market kind of already priced that in. That's why you saw the sales. But MU, again, 97 is what we need. Sony building an EV. Are we going to play COD on the road soon? I am pissed off at COD because it's so damn glitchy. I can only imagine how horrific it would be in a car. By the way, TSM was a hit yesterday. Thanks. You're welcome, Carmen. BABA thoughts. I own BABA. I love BABA. 108.70 is my buy level for Alibaba. Can you chart NVIDIA what to look for? Yes, I can. Looking at NVIDIA here, 317 is the level we're looking for. Again, we're at 289.88. I own NVIDIA. I love NVIDIA. Nothing changed there. Below 268.64, I'm a buyer, but 317 is a level for a breakout. 268.64 is a good level for a buy. Possibly 280 if you're a little antsy. What is with banks performing well so lately? I'm glad you asked, David. Interest rates. I've been saying it. Interest rates. If TNX, you need to have that on your board. TNX. If yields go higher, banks do better. If yields go higher, industrials do better. Banks do better. Energy does better. That's just the name of the game. Dividend stocks do better in a rising rate environment. Always remember that. Thanks for the wisdom and knowledge you share. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Road to a Billion. GM, UNC calls. Let's take a look at GM. When I see GM, I think good morning. GM is General Motors. They are up this morning, 65. Actually, they're down this morning. Yesterday was a big move. We know that Toyota is now the new king of automakers, dethroning General Motors. It is up, obviously, breakout here. So again, maybe a 68 call. maybe for next week, maybe 2 weeks from now, we'll take a look at the volume. But GM is looking great. If you think GM looks good, take a look at Ford. So again, the automakers are doing well. They were talking about that supply chain issues in terms of semiconductors will be fixed. So again, GM will be doing better. Thoughts on FOMC? Remember, guys, FOMC is just a recap of their last meeting. That's really it. So it's not really much new news. Yes, Cowboys Cup. Just because I'm mad at them doesn't mean I don't love them, the Cowboys. Thoughts on PayPal? PayPal has been taking a hit, obviously. Interesting enough, banks are doing well, but payment processors are not. Chamath is actually short MasterCard and Visa, so let's see how he does. But PayPal is right at support. So again, if you were looking to buy some, right around 153.16 is the level where you want to do it. Good morning, Uncle. Oh, my bad. Good morning, Uncle Carlos, huh? Yeah, all good. So with that being said, I know we went over a lot. So listen, guys, in terms of like COVID and everything, and there's one thing I do believe in, I do believe in what you attract. If it's something you talk about constantly and you're constantly worried about, it's going to show up in your door. Listen, I don't think worrying about COVID in a sense helps anything. It just doesn't. I really believe that the energy you bring into something, what you focus on, you bring about. I really don't talk about it much because me talking about it doesn't do anything. It doesn't change anything. You know, I'm not a politician. So again, this is the reality we live in. I kind of treat it like 9/11. After 9/11, I had to take off my shoes at the airport. I had to get an x-ray at the airport. I couldn't take this. I couldn't take a lighter, whatever. And I used to be a heavy smoker, cigarette smoker. So imagine me really inconvenienced. I couldn't even take a lighter on a plane. But again, we got used to it. I mean, you're talking about 9/11 was what 20 years ago, 21 years ago, 22 years ago now almost. So you have to think about that. The times change, things change, and 21 years ago, excuse me. So we got used to certain things. I'm not saying that now we're going to have roadside jabbing everything we do. You're going to have 9 million vaccines. I can't tell you that for sure. I'm not sure. But in terms of like how America acts and how we tend to just roll with it, and that's kind of how it is. And I don't believe in the idea of this conspiracy theory that some global deal or like some American deal to get you vaccinated so you can get a microchip or something. Because it's global. It's not just an American problem. It's a global problem. So again, just like 9/11, we came together. We understood that, hey, TSA is a pain in the ass, long ass line, getting patted down, getting the x-rays. It's an inconvenience, yes. But we live with it. It's been 20 years since we've had 9/11. Not many terrorist attacks, right? There's more deaths in terms of coronavirus than terrorist attacks, right? But we still take off our shoes at the airport. Granted, there's pre-check TSA, but again, the point is that we get used to it. And I don't think complaining about it, getting upset about it will do anything. So I think you should channel that energy into something positive. And I would say the stock market is a good positive. For an example, research the companies that benefit if coronavirus gets a little crazy, or what are the companies that will benefit if coronavirus finally subsides. That's something to put your energy towards. That's going to put money in your pocket. It's going to give you confidence. It's going to make you feel better because you're learning instead of just getting upset the whole day talking about it. Remember, it's okay to be informed. I don't believe you should be inundated because that just it just brings you down. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. I know. I'm talking on a tangent. My apologies. Let's see. Any advantages of trading gold options versus GLD? Again, gold options. If you're talking about GLD, that's Barrick Gold. That's a mining company. GLD is the actual ETF that tracks gold futures, like an actual asset. Gold is Barrick Gold. Please do not confuse them both. I know it's confusing, but it's the same. Speaking of facts, thank you, Jay. BA up pre-calls. Let's take a look at BA. Last one. BA is finally breaking out that 215 level. Good eye. I didn't have my alert. I had my alert up, but it doesn't work pre-market. So we know 215 is there, right? So let's take a look at possibly the 220 calls this week. For this week, if not next. But Boeing is doing well. I own shares. Again, industrials. When we talk about industrials do well in a rising rate environment, granted, rates are down today, down at 1.651. So let's see how the market does. I'm going to take away my alert on Boeing. 215 is the level I'm looking for. Let's see if we continue on. Possibly the 220s are in play. Maybe look for next week. Have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll catch you for the aftermarket recap. Appreciate your time as always. Have a great rest of your day. Any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to type it on the comment section. I'll be glad to answer your question. I had a great question yesterday on Tesla. So again, the comment section is yours. Feel free to ask. I'll be here to help. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Cheers.